One of the most challenging jobs in the world is that of an Indian cricketer. While it does bring the stardom and fanfare along, it also attracts the added pressure of carrying the hopes of 1.4 billion people. And that pressure is doubled when you are leading the men in blue. Rohit Sharma is the biggest example of that. The Indian captain is feeling the heat, which has left an otherwise calm Rohit rather furious. After the drama and chaos during the Border Gavaskar Trophy, where Rohit Sharma missed the final test, the Indian captain returned at the helm of affairs for one-day international series against England. And mind you, this is not an easy time to be in Rohit's shoes, because currently his spot in the Indian team is in danger, especially after reports emerged that India's Cricket Board, or BCCI, asked Rohit to lay out his future plans after the ICC Champions Trophy, which starts in less than 2 weeks. And given this is a hot topic in Indian cricket, Rohit was asked to address the reports in a press conference before the first ODI started against England. And a furious Rohit snapped at the journalist.
How is it relevant that I talk about my future plans when there are 3 ODIs and a Champions Trophy? The reports have been going on for a number of years, and I am not here to clarify those reports.
A response like that is expected when a sportsperson is asked about his retirement plans. But not if you are Rohit Sharma. Because the Indian captain and press conferences are match made in heaven. Rohit is known for his quirky and witty media briefings and his sarcastic take on even the most severe issues. But Rohit snapping at the journalist highlighted the kind of pressure he is feeling. Because lately, there have been grey clouds over his spot in the Indian team. And it all started with Rohit retiring from the T20 format after the World Cup win last year. A fitting end to his glorious T20 international career. So Rohit was left with only 2 formats, where he could take part and even lead India. But out of the 2 formats, Rohit failed to deliver in one, and that is Test cricket. During the Border Gavaskar Trophy, the Indian captain was unable to leave a mark both as a batter and as a captain. In 5 innings, Rohit Sharma only scored 31 runs, a lackluster show for any batsman, forget even for a captain. And it wasn't just Rohit's batting that was worrying. His captaincy was a bigger concern. He was slammed by pundits and fans for his poor decision making. Now, all that criticism led to Rohit missing out the final test. And while Rohit still claimed that he isn't done with Test cricket yet, the possibility of him making a comeback will be quite difficult, especially after the poor performance in domestic cricket. During the Ranji Trophy representing Mumbai, Rohit scored just 3 and 28 across 2 innings against the team from Jammu and Kashmir, which makes this ODI series against England and the Champions Trophy vital for Indian captain's future, because this is the only format where he is still considered a starter.
For me, the 3 games and the Champions Trophy are very important. My focus is on these games, and I will see what happens thereafter. This is a different format, a different time. As usual, as cricketers, we know there will be ups and downs, and I have faced a lot in my career. So this is nothing new to me.
The Champions Trophy is crucial for the Indian captain to hold on to his place. And not just Rohit Sharma, the ICC event and India's ODI series versus England is also important for another senior player. And that is none other than Virat Kohli. However, Kohli is already having a rough start to the series. He has already been forced to sit out in the first match due to a knee injury. And clearly, the road ahead is difficult for both the star players, because the BCCI is currently in a rogue mode. They are clamping down on superstar culture by implementing a 10-point diktat. A diktat majorly directed at the big-named players, forcing them to return to domestic cricket if they want to play international cricket. And now, the BCCI is aiming for future events. And the reason for this is simple. The T20 side is already flourishing under captain Surya Kumar Yadav. And India would be aiming to defend their T20 World Cup title when they co-host the tournament with Sri Lanka next year. At the same time, the men in blue would be looking to groom the next generation in other formats too, because the next edition of an ODI World Cup will take place in 2027, more than 2 years from now, and so will the World Test Championship. If superstars like Kohli and Rohit do not perform well, the BCCI would be forced to take a decision on their behalf, and the Champions Trophy in Pakistan and Dubai could be their final straw.
We're calling the show Vantage. We hope you like what we put together for you. Touted as the minimum defense from that video. India's neighbours were the first to send the special edition of Vantage live from the White House throughout the week. Hindu Mandir in we're on our way to Tel Aviv. Pretty measure, but it's also the perfect way to drive.
I don't think that
Prime Minister of Bhutan, Sherin Tagwe. Welcome to
60% of the world's
office. Prime Minister Modi did the iron.
we were actually
How are you doing? How do you like? It's been 1 year since that meeting. Iron bars separate you from the outside. Out the vote effort. Trump had, it says, and at $4.3 trillion, 300 billion by 2030. That's what we need to tackle climate change.